G'day legends, welcome back to another Friday Hour of Install. Now today, we are here on the Prado 150 series because you want to see us install the low profile drawer set. Now, very, very exciting one. It's not that bad a job, but before we get into it, first thing you need to do, head over to the fridge, grab yourself a guilty pleasure. Cheers. And in our case, that is the Pirate Life South Coast Pale Ale. Now, if you don't do this, the Pirate God's going to come and ruin your install. Now, it's probably going to take, if you're really good in the tools and you're pretty good, it's probably going to take you 45 minutes, a bit less. But if you're a little bit slower on the tools and stuff, not so familiar with them, maybe an hour and a half. However, I've got one grave thing to talk about. So, 9 months ago, I pulled the seats out, and so we could scan this and trial it. And I put them back in a few times and took them out. Then we moved the shed, and I have misplaced. I have the seats, but I don't have the plastics. So I'm going to do my very best to tell you, but it is very simple. So we're going to go over into the car now, and I'm going to do my best to give you a rundown on how to get the rear seats out. But they are pretty simple to get out. So let's come over here and have a look. Okay, so now I'm crammed in here. First of all, how's the Crocs and the socks? Feel like the old boy, the old stripes and the socks. Anyways, moving forward. So in the back here, typically there's a seat here. Now, there's a couple of plastic trims there, and there's one at the back here from memory. So I don't think the one at the back had any bolts. I'm pretty sure what we did was, you just got to get yourself under there. Now, if you haven't got trim tools, we sell them on the webpage. Trim tools are really good for this stuff. Or you can get them at Super Cheap and stuff. Get your fingers under there, and you've just got to pull up, and the stuff just unclips. So I would start with this one first, and from memory, it's about yay big. Cross there. Pull that one out, comes out from under the seal, push the seal back on. That one will unclip, and then that will allow you to get to here and unclip this one and that one. Clear all that room. Then you're going to see here, I've got bolts here, and across the front here. I think there was a couple of trims on the back of the seat and the front of the seat. You're going to get your hands under there, pull them off as well. They'll just pop off, and at the end of the day, you don't need them anymore because you're putting a badass set of low profile drawers in. Then you'll expose the bolts. Then just get on, undo the bolts, rattle gun, sockets, whatever you want. I think they're a 15mm looking at them. And that'll get them out of the car for you. And then we can get onto all the good shit, which we're going to get into right now. So grab a beer, sit back and enjoy this because it's been a minute. So I've had a bit of an afternoon, so we'll see how we go. But if you're actually doing them while we do this, the key here is hydration. Hydration is very important. So without no further ado, we're going to get hydrated. Cheers. I love a good pale ale, by the way. So in the comments, let us know, what is your beer of choice? Mine, Pirate Life. Oh, God, it's my ass on that, it hurt. Okay, so we've unpacked our boxes. We've now got all our parts. And obviously, if you look over here, there is a shitload of parts here and all around there. And a dog. Dog comes in a box too. Just kidding, you're not getting my dog. It's my favorite. Hey, Frank. Anyway, so we're going to grab these two parts. You can have this funny looking one here. Funny angles on it, you know. Bad boy. And then you're going to have this looking one here. Right. You notice we've got this cut out here as well. So we're going to go and put these in. Very easy to put in. I'm going to quickly pull those bolts out so I can then show you how these go in. So as I mentioned this cutout before, now this is how you know if you get this in the wrong way. If I go to put it this way around, lined up with the bolts, like, oh my God, I'm hitting the lead. Pick it up, spin it around, and you'll see it sits over top of that lead. And then you can go ahead right here, set leads in there. You can go ahead and line up with the holes and put your bolts in there. So we'll go and put our 4 bolts back in. Now, it's very important that we don't do any of these up just yet. So we're going to line a few things up and lock it down. Now I'm just going to get these ones ready. Stop that. Okay, so now I've got the one with the funny angles here. So there is only one way this can go. There's 2 holes in the middle here, there. You can't put this any other way than the right way. So that just drops down over here. And then again, we put our 4 bolts in across here. Put that bad boy in there. Put it to your nose. Put that bad boy there. Now again, remember, do not tighten these up. Leave it nice and loose like this. Because see, I can move all that around. That's so we can line everything up before we tighten it up. So I'm going to go and get hydrated. And then we're gonna throw some more bits in here. Okay, so next step is we're gonna get these middle slide rails. Now, you can see they're gonna come like this, fully assembled like that. Now see here, we've got this little plate on here. Now, these are the only two pieces with that. And we've obviously got the slide in there, them. You can sort of see that same function. What we need to do is we need to lay these opposing each other so we can bolt them together. So stand them up like that, so all these nut certs are exposed at the top. Stand them up. We're going to grab some bolts supplied, little M6 button heads, and we're going to really weird. And we're just going to put them in here and bolt these together in a couple of spots. We're not going to tighten them just yet neither. Just need all this to line up. So there's a few extra holes in this, but I'm just putting 4 in. So I got front, back, a couple in the middle. We'll sort it out. But I think we'll probably give you a few more bolts in the back. For that, or we'll delete them holes out. I'm really not sure yet. But anyways, because this is enough, I believe. But anyways, we're here now. So, put this, oh no, you're gonna get 5. I'm a shorter bolt. You're gonna get 5 bolts. I need to go and get the 5th bolt because 4 is weird. Doesn't add up for the holes. So let me just get a 5th one. So putting the 5th one in now. Now, if you're wondering why there's a bit of noise popping up every now and then, and there's shit everywhere, because we are balls deep into Cape prep right now, because in 3 days' time, Zach, quiet on set, no, I'm kidding. In 3 days' time, we are going, 3? It's Wednesday, 5 days' time, on Monday, it's Wednesday now, we are going to the Cape, and this bad boy is coming, so is a 250 Prado and the Ranger, and hopefully we don't destroy anything, because that'll be sad. Anyways, let's go and put this in. So, first step to understanding how this goes in, if you look here, got these folded plates here with some nut certs. That goes towards the front of the vehicle, so we're going to put it in this way. So let's step over to my office over here, and we'll bang this in. Right, and don't forget, this is my 4th hydration station. And not bad. Put that back. All right, so what we're doing here is, over this side, you're going to see we got 4 nut certs, which is obviously for these here. So these 2 holes go there. So it's going to go over here, line them up. Now, lucky for me, here I was about to talk some shit. Lucky for me, unlucky for you, I got a box of bolts. If you lose any, well, you don't have any more bolts. But if I lose some, I got a box of them. But in this case, I tipped half the freaking box far out. I've got the wrong bolts. God damn rookie. Please hold, I've got the wrong bolts. So after that slight commercial break, look at me go, I got the right bolts. Put them in there. So you're going to have some 6mm. These are M6 by 20s. Hex heads, because I'm a hex head fan, because... Should I never consider... Yeah, that's going to be fun. I'm a hex head fan because I don't like... I don't like having to put an Allen key in there. But I can put a bloody ratchet spanner butt. And so we're going to basically go along the whole way on both sides of this and put all these bolts in. And then on the other side of this, it's rinse and repeat, so I won't bore you with showing you all that again. So I'm sure you get that. Alrighty, so I've now got the two side pieces. Now you'll see here, if I show you this, you're going to see we've got this weird bit at the bottom with some countersunk holes and stuff going on in that back bit again as well. So that tells me this has got to point inwards. So that tells me that needs to be on the driver's side of the vehicle. Oops, that's going to be scratched, but you won't see that. And this needs to be on the passenger side. Oh, my bad. Now you can't get that wrong neither because the holes won't line up. So we do the same thing again. Put our bolts in, except I've got to put some countersinks in that one. Just got to grab from over there. Which I'll grab right now, actually. Alrighty, so then we'll put the countersink one in the back here. If you don't know what a countersink bolt is, I'm about to show you. That there is a countersink bolt. See how that's all angled across here and shit? That's countersink, so that finishes flush there. So I'll put them bad boys in. And again, don't do any of this up yet, because we've got to clearance it, line it all up and get it right. And then we can do that stuff, all the fun stuff. We're nearly there, killing it. Okay, so other than singing "This Girl Is on Fire," I'm going to, this song's really in my head, I'm going to do the same on this side, rinse and repeat what we just did. Countersunk bolts down the back here again. Now, next step. We're going to grab the end piece, which I'll grab and show you now. So this is the end piece. So this is going to lock the end of that all in so it can't go side to side anymore. Very simple. It's just a channel. Nothing simple. Punch a holes in it to go up on the end there. So you really can't get this one wrong. There's only one way this will go on. And what way that is, I don't actually know, but I'm about to find out. So, no, it goes on with the toes pointing in, but you'll see here, these hole centers are either lower or higher. So I don't know if it goes that way or that way. So we're about to find out. Okay, so it's really hard to get the camera in here. It's a bit of a tight angle, but basically these pieces we've got at the ends on here, that's what this plate bolts on. It just goes over and bolts on like, obviously not that way. Should try it this way. Maybe it goes the other, maybe I stitched it up and it goes the other way and toes out. Yeah, there we go. And that is how we do it. And then we'll line the holes up, put some bolts in, like so. So you see how that works. I've done my best to give you a close up there, but the folded flanges point towards the back of the vehicle. It's got a nice flat face. You spin it one way or the other, and this will go over the flanges so it finishes up nice and flat. But pretty self-explanatory, that one. Put these bad boys in and rinse and repeat. There's 4 in the middle, 2 on each end. Nice and easy. Oh, tell you what I haven't done for a minute. I haven't grabbed myself a swig of me beer. Now if you're watching this, make sure you take a swig and go, cheers legends. Scream it out really loud to your neighbours like, what? Your missus is like, what is he on about? Alrighty, put that one down here. Good. Alright, so again, we're still nice and loose. We've got one more thing to do to lock this up and then we can tighten some things up. Alrighty, so next piece of the puzzle is this one. So basically, you'll see a flat plate, 8 nut certs. Obviously I did these before, Toyota Prado. And then you get your angle, a little bit of angle folded there. Now this is the front lip cover, so we'll go over here and this bad boy in now. Okay, so what we've got here is, you've got this piece, so we want the nut certs going up, angle going down. I'm just going to slide it in under the end here, like so. Now I'm going to grab a couple of bolts out of here, and all we're going to do is we're going to pop our hand around the side here. So we'll go up over the side, and we'll just put our hand there and pick that up and line the hole up. Get it started. Try and get both bolts in if we don't have to move the other side too much. Oh, look at that. Dream run. And then we're going to go on the other side and do the same thing again. This time with the opposing hand. Pick that up. And then you'll see in a minute, I'll show you what this does. You'll see in a minute our seal here. So what we want to do is, before we tighten this one, we just want to make sure this top lip's free and it's grabbed the bottom lip. So it's going to act like your original plastic. Just push that back under there like so. Make sure it's all nice and under there. And this will clamp down to that rubber and keep your door nice and sealed. Yeah, see that? Up here for thinking, down there for dancing. Okay, good. Okay, so next step is we're going to grab one of our top floor planks. Now, very easy to distinguish. It's just, again, a channel. It's got a funny cutouts on the ends. And in the middle, the 4 holes have been countersunk as well. So we're going to grab this. We're going to go in there. We're going to drop this on. Now, we don't have to be crazy. This is just going to lock everything in so we get it the right width so we can tighten it all up. And then we can go and put these on properly and put the drawers in. So let's go do it. Okay, so I've run out of countersinks. Rookie, it's 9 o'clock at night. So anyways, I've got one to do this, but I'm going to be able to show you and tell you exactly what happens anyway. So we'll get this. Now you're going to see these folds coming down, right? You've got these openings here. So I'm going to go and pick up probably this one, so it's out of the way. So you fold it over so it's going down. And then we're going to drop it in there and see how it just drops into place. I'm going to put my one countersink bolt in, just to line this middle up. A little better. Get him in. Then I'm going to put the 4 end ones in. So 2 on this end, on this bad boy up. 2 on this end. Let's Just going to lock everything in nicely. 2 on this end. Now this is basically just locking all the dimensions in where we need them now. So it's really still a little bit of play, but we've got one more step to do after that to really lock this in. This is the fun one. So we'll pull these races out here, the slides, pull them right out. Then I'm going to grab a drawer. Of course, I want that. Now, you might be wondering, geez, it's so light, this stuff. 43 kilos is all this draw set weighs. Very, very good. Now, you'll see here on the drawer I've got in my hand, I've got the ball bearing on this side. And you'll also see it says Pirate Camco. So this means it's the passenger side one, which is what I've grabbed here. So I'm just going to line this up with my draw slide. So see here, I've got this flange, this channel bit and then that there. We just line that up. Then it goes into it, right? So now we want to start pushing it in slowly on both sides. You get a bit of resistance, push it in, pull it out. Push it in. Now that's locked in where we need it. So that now means we can go through and we can tension this up and tension some stuff up on this side so it all stops moving and I can pull that drawer back out. So I'm going to grab my 10mm spanner. So 4mm Allen key for the ones down the center. I'm just going to rip this one up and go through and basically tighten these outside ones up so now this cannot move. Bear in mind, we're going to pull this off again after. Tighten these up so now this cannot move anywhere. Put these down. Lock that up. Okay, so now it's locked up and go through the side of this one. And all these bolts we put in here, we just want to tighten these down nice and firm. Okay, so we'll do it by hand a bit more. Not here all day then. I'll just tighten them up nice and firm. So you go through all that now on this side, get them tight, and then we'll come back again. Okay, so now I've got this bit here done up. We're going to do this back pedal to stop all this. So I've got my rattly gun. Put that on. And this just pulls everything in the same length now too. Oh, there goes my light. It's gone, but you get the point anyway on the back bolts. Perfect. Alrighty, come back around the front now. Alrighty, so now we need to get the drawer back out so we can tighten up this side. So obviously pull the drawer out. Now you'll see here, got this little black tab. So you push that down on the other side, you get the same, but the other side will, one side will go up or one will go down. And that releases the drawer, and then you can pull the drawer out. Oh, don't want to spill the beer. Put him up there. Hello, Frank. Now and go through, tighten up all these ones now. Also, before I forgot, we need to put bolts in there too. So when you put this piece in, don't forget to put the middle bolts in. I forgot. So over here now, we're going to do the original bolts that's held the seat on. So it's a 14mm. Go through. That one needs a spanner. Then we're going to get the spanner out. We're going to have to, I've left the bolt up too high. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's that done. And then on the back, we do the same again. Spanner sockets, put it up, do the back ones up again. There's 8 of them to do up. I'm going to go do them, rinse and repeat. Happy days. All right, now we've gone and done that. We will put the top covers on, so the planks. Now we've got to go and remove the outside bolts that I put in before because we need pan heads for that or button heads so we can put a rail on. So I'll get them out. Okay, so you're going to have 4 of these big planks, but if you're in this situation now, you're going to have 3 left over, and this short one. So this short one goes towards the front of the vehicle, and the 2 holes will go towards the front of the vehicle too, I imagine. Let's have a look. My bad. There we go. So now all these planks are exactly like the other one before. You just drop them in like so. Nice and easy. Well, it's supposed to be. What have I got wrong here? Nothing. Beautiful. Bloody marvellous. So we've got this piece. Now you'll see there's a series of holes running up here. Now at the very top, or at one end, sorry, you're going to have these shorter set of holes, whereas these ones are fair way apart and this one's quite short. So that one means that goes towards the front of the vehicle and it goes in this way, that up the side and that towards the inside. So that tells me this is the driver's side. So I'll pop that one there. I'll rotate this one around and this one's now the passenger side. Now all we're going to do to put these in is, are you ready? Is basically line up that. Don't know why I tried to put the screwdriver in. I could just move it over by hand. Line that up. Drop that in there. Bloody screw him down. Get out the other end. Ow. You can stay there. And go up here. Same again. Line that one up. Some of them might be just a little bit tight, but you'll get them to line up because powder pulls everything, and you know, stick building in a car is always fun. And then put that one in there. And I'll pull that down in a minute. And yeah, so on, so on. So basically from there, we're just going to go and rinse and repeat, do the whole thing on that side, this side, and we can rattle all those down and the middle ones. We can tighten all them up super tight. And then I'll show you how to put on the, if you opted in for the foam, I'll start showing you how to do the foam and everything. Okay, so if you get to here and some of these holes are a little bit misaligned, all you need to do is grab your Allen key, drop it in the hole, and just lever it the way it needs to go, and you'll be able to get a bolt in. And then if you just hold it over, drop this one in here, give it a bit of a turn by hand, and then it's all lined up now nice and easy. So if any of these bolts play up on you, because it's all still a bit loose on the top, you can move it a bit. You just want to drop it in, lever it whichever way it's got to go to get it to line up, and then drop a bolt in the opposing hole in 2 spots to hold it there, and then you've got what you need. And turns out, I had Zach this half go and get me a bag of these countersinks, so I did have them, I just bloody forgot. But I found them, so we're good. And now we're on a roll again. Thank Christ for that. And I'm going to have just enough of these. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go through and tighten this top deck up. So I'm going to start in the middle, which is going to really center everything up with the countersinks, and then move my way to the outside. Now, if you're tightening it up with a rattle gun, you need a couple of ugga-duggers. Not 100 ugga-duggers, you want to go like that, not that, it's too many. I'll probably just stuff that nuts out. So, you want to go, so you damage the bolt as well. You want to go just a couple of ugga-duggers. Too many again. Jeez, I'm too frisky. Ta-da, see a couple of ugga-duggies. Righto, I'll see you in a minute. So as I mentioned before, we're going to put the drawers back in now. So obviously Pirate Camco, the roller always goes to the inside. So the passenger side drawer starts with Pirate, left to right. So I'm going to pull these out again. So I line this bad boy back up. Just delete that out, Tristan. I line this side up. Now that one's in. Now it's come around this side. You see us line that straight in there. Then we slide them in, push, and then pull. Do that a couple of times. Bloody beautiful. We push back in. Ta-da. And then you've got to give it a bit of a yank to get it out, to get it over the way our stop works, but it's bloody. Alrighty, so if you opted for the, Tristan, we need to put this at the start too, and then we'll go back to the install. If you opted for the foam outlay, if you opted for the dividers, you're going to have to, if you opted for the dividers and the foam inserts, you're going to have to pull the rails off the side here, bolt on your dividers, but before you put them on, you need to put your foam insert inside the drawer, then you can bolt your dividers and everything on. So I'm now going to show you how we do that. So I don't have a rag, but it's gonna be easier. Get a rag, wipe it all down, make sure there's no shit on there. We grab this bit and we go, all right, cool, this works. You see we got some holes here, and that's for these bolts in here. So we just, once we've wiped it down, bit of wax and grease remover, whatever, it's nice and clean. Peel the back of that off, it's just like a sticker. And the most important part is we line up, so we look over it. Oh, got a bit of shit in the hole in these ones. So every now and then you get a bit of stuff left in the holes. So you just poke your finger through. I do anyway. Just pull that bit of snot out. We look over the top and we line the 4 bolts up. Get them all looking nice and pretty. And then we sit the middle down. It's looking good. Then we just eyeball the slat. Make sure it's nice and parallel, running good. And then we just sit it down. Run your hand over top. I don't have my roller. You get your roller, like a roller or something, you just run over the top. It's pretty good. I'm a little bit off to one. No, that's not bad. And yeah, you just put them all down like that. So I'll go through, put the rest on and show you what it'll look like. Righto, legends. So there's 2 other bits to do, which are these little wing fill-in panels here. They're going to be very easy to put on. I'm going to come and do that in a sec because I don't actually have them with me tonight. Rightio, fast forward a couple of nights. So we're back now. And we've got the wing pieces that I realised that we forgot. Right here, so this bad boy here is one of them. And this bad boy here is the other. Now, I don't think you can get these wrong because obviously you've got to drop down like that. But see, this one's quite small across here. Cheers, let's stay hydrated. And then this one's obviously quite big across there. So this one's for the passenger side, small one's driver's side. So what we do is we'll come in here. And what we do is we just drop them in like that over them holes. Then we're going to have these couple little flat pieces here. We just put that up here like so on those holes. Then we get our rail. We set our rail back over the top and we bloody line them up, do them bad boys back up. Job done. And it's just rinse and repeat the whole way up there. And on the other side, I got to get some longer bolts for that, but I got to get some longer bolts. But anyways, so on this side, same thing again. We just drop that bad boy in, put that on there, grab our, that's the wrong one, by the way. I'll grab another one. We've got another one that goes on there to pack that one up there. And then that's it, bolt them in and job done. So we'll come back and finish this one off in a second. Let us know in the comments what you want to see. Is that for you, is it not? Do you want to see bigger ones, smaller ones? Sure, I don't know. Tell me, let us know. Now, not only that, we also have a range of canvas bags coming, which are suited to our drawers, to our parcel shelves. Absolutely magic. Now, as I mentioned earlier, these are lightweight, fully aluminium construction, powder coated. They only weigh 43 kilos for the entire set. Heaps of room left in the GVM still. But anyways, legends, that is a wrap on this one. Now go grab your beer, get hydrated. If you like this product, down below in the description, you'll see a link over to the webpage where you can grab yourself one of these and see all the other badass products that we do for the Prado 150, including the schmozzle that's coming here. Anyways, and if you really like this content, you might like this one here, you might like that one over there. Right, legends, thanks for the spot. See you next week. One more thing. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below.